Hola,
Hola,
chicas.
chicas.
Bienvenidas a LaCharla. I'm Isela, a wife, teacher, entrepreneur, and new mommy to my sweet baby boy, Logan Jace.
I'm Lily. I'm a teacher, daughter, and engaged to a wonderful man.
Somos dos Latinas from Texas, loving life and living it up.
Acompáñanos as we chat all things mujer.
Makeup, libros, food, familia, and just bringing you into our everyday lives.
So grab your cafecito and let's chat.
We're back.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long, but I'm so excited.
Right? We're still alive, guys. We're still here. We haven't quit.
We haven't quit, and we're not going to quit.
No.
A few months ago, I actually posted on Instagram, stories, and I made a comment about that. I said, you know what? Sometimes life gets crazy, but we're not doing this for the numbers. We're not doing it because content. We're doing this because we actually like to do it. We love to do it. We're passionate about it, but sometimes life happens. But we will always come back. Oh my gosh. I feel like people are coming out of the woodwork. I know I'm going like off on a tangent right now. I'm so sorry. But I feel like people are coming out of the woodwork to vote.
They are. Everybody and their mamas is coming out.
Everybody, hasta abuelita, ahí anda en las líneas esperando.
At my voting precinct, there was even dogs. There was people bringing their dogs with them to vote.
Oh my gosh. No dijiste que había tacos y había una
There
taquería.
was.
Like, that is so neat. That's really cool because I feel like it needs to be that way. It needs to be like, okay, growing up, I feel like voting y todo eso era for like the upper class.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Americanos que solamente, were raised in that sort of household where we felt like they were more informed and like minorities didn't matter, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense.
Well,
or we felt like it just wasn't tangible for us to have those resources on what to do and how to do anything.
And the language, I think it was a language barrier more than anything.
Eso. Yeah, I feel like it's just a combination of all of that. And in the household, our household, like not being told that we should vote and we should do this and this and that. So anyway, I think it's really cool that everybody is going out to vote. I don't care who you vote for. I'm just glad that everybody knows that you have a voice and that you're getting out there and, taking ownership of your thoughts and opinions and putting them to good use, folks.
Right.
But I did, side chat, have... I'm not going to say it was a bad experience or an unpleasant experience. I was just annoyed. Let's just put it that way. I was annoyed because I got to my voting place today. I've been debating. My husband done voted like whenever it opened up. He was like, done. I'm like, really, dude? Oh my gosh. But that's just how he is. He's really good at keeping up on politics and policies or any changes that are coming his way, anything like that. He's really good at that. And I'll be like, okay, explain this. He breaks it down for me. And I love that. He's always been up to speed and up to date with that, which is really cool. But me, on the other hand, if I see any sort of change coming my way that I'm like, okay, how's that going to affect me? How's that going to affect the people that I work with or that I'm around or my students or my mom or my family, my son, myself financially? And all those things start coming into my mind. And I literally have to sit and make like a pros and cons list for the candidates. I used to vote. I'm going to be honest. I used to vote straight Republican ticket all the time because when I was in college, that affected our household like on a greater scale. I mean, it would trickle down to me, but not as significant as it was to my husband when there's like millions of dollars involved in like government projects and, state projects and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So I would vote straight Republican ticket. No, I did not vote for Trump, but I'm just going to put that out there because some people think I did. But anyway, here in the past few elections, I've been more like, okay, I'm kind of a buffet girl at this point, just picking and choosing what I feel, pertains to me and what I feel like, is just more down my lane, I guess, if that's making any kind of sense. So anyway, I did all my research, Eva, and then this lady got me at the entrance with the little, what is it called? Information pamphlet. And
Oh
she's like,
yeah.
I'm a retired teacher. And boom, I stood there and talked to her for a few minutes. And I was like, okay. So I was looking at her pamphlet y todo. Anyway, I went in and there were two lines to go into the little voting area, in the little ballroom where they had it at.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple of people ahead of me, and there was another lady, a couple of people behind me. So the lady ahead of me, what happened was her husband walked up to talk to her. And I could hear what he was saying. He was saying something like, I'm going to be parked at this entrance because apparently he had already voted, and he was just telling her where he was going to wait for her in the car. Well, this lady, this rude chismosa metiche, not chismosa, but metiche,
Metiche.
was behind me, and she like shouts at the guy, but she's kind of like mocking him, and she's just like, that's not what it means by second line, but laughing. Because it was, those flechas pointing to two different lines or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked at her like confused, and he's like, excuse me? And she's just like, yeah, she's like, that's not what they mean, sir. And she's just laughing. I guess trying to make him look like a titiri in front of everybody. And I'm like,
Oh.
and he said, ma'am, I am not trying to vote. I already voted. I am here talking to my wife. And she was like, oh, well, I just wanted to save you the embarrassment. Still at that, she didn't even apologize. Say, oh, I'm so sorry or nothing. She just like, well, I was just trying to save you the embarrassment. And he just looked at her like, oh, okay, with a half-ass grin, And then, so that happened or whatever. And then this viejito comes out and he's just like, there's a second line over here if any of y'all want to line up. And then she felt like the titiri because she was wrong. Okay?
That's what she gets.
That's what she gets. But then after that, that same lady, and this lady and this guy were like probably on the higher end of their 60s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she goes up to like the little table where they give you the little login password y todo eso para meterte a las computadoras. And she was in the wrong county. She didn't realize that she was registered, or she lives in Dallas County, and that's where she was registered. And we're in Tarrant, which is closer to Fort Worth. And she didn't realize that she had to go back to Dallas County. So they were trying to explain it to her. And she was very sweet. She was very patient. Everybody that was helping her was patient. The only fool that wasn't patient was the lady standing behind me, huffing and puffing, saying, oh, Lord, under her breath. And girl, I turned around and yes, I did give her a stank face. I had no shame. I looked at her like, you have got to be kidding me. And I whipped my head right back around. I shook my head like, Like I was like, really? You see, this woman is literally trying to get help. She is literally confused. People are helping her. You could wait 5 minutes. No te vas a derretir porque estás parada ahí por 5 minutos. Azúcar.
Right. You should have been like, if you were a loteria card, you would be la metiche.
Seriously. I was girl, she bothered me. I was like, oh, wow. I'm about to get in an argument with this lady over somebody I don't know.
It's like, so funny. Guys, like our experiences of voting today were completely different.
I was just like, you need to get a grip, señora. Híjole. Gosh, people like you made me mad.
Ours, the line was a little long. And let's see, I probably waited like 30 minutes to vote or whatever. But the plus side to it, there was a taquero out there giving out tacos for free because you voted.
You're crazy. That's amazing.
So they were making fresh tacos there. So you would go get your tacos. And then some people from Univision, I don't know who they were raffling off like tickets and stuff like that. So if you had voted. Really so it was like a big deal.
I feel like that is such a good thing for anybody and everybody because it makes people feel welcome. Like you matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you matter. Everyone matters. Like, I don't know, just kind of connecting with every type of person, every background, every culture, just connecting with everybody and getting them out there and saying, you know what? You need to speak up. This is going to affect you.
Right. And that's what I like because even like in presidential elections that I voted in, I've never had to wait this long to vote. Like, I think the most that I've waited maybe in line has been like 5-10 minutes.
girl, when Obama was running, I had to wait for like an hour.
No, I
Like an
didn't.
hour. It was long. And it was in my little podunk town of Euless. And there was like a line coming out the Baptist church where they were taking the voting. Yeah, it was
Oh,
long. It was really long. Yeah, it was crazy. But I'm just like really happy and just I'm just glad that everybody's going out there and
yes.
doing their due diligence. Right? Is that how you say
Yes,
it?
that's what I think that's what
Okay.
it is.
Yo ni sé.
If
Yo ni
not, it
sé.
is now.
Right. So yeah, that was my little voter rant of the day. Porque la gente no tiene paciencia.
No, son metiches.
No, seriously. Yeah, school's been rough, and I feel like that's another reason that I haven't been able to jump on and do any episodes lately. And I have so many ideas on episodes, but I'm just like, man, I feel so tired and just kind of
Yes.
overwhelmed at work. We were overwhelmed at work, but now I feel like, okay, I'm getting back in the groove of it. Not only that, but I was like, I saw a couple of messages from actual listeners of ours, and then somebody tagged us on Facebook and was like raving about one of our episodes, and someone else started listening, and I was just like, you know what? I love making these episodes, so I need to just jump back into it and really clear my schedule just to try to get back into it because I know
All
we
right.
really enjoy doing this stuff.
Yes.
But okay, so I went on this road trip. Okay, I'm just going to jump into it because I feel like today, and we just kicked off rambling. We're just like, I'm
¿Verdad?
over here rambling about voters and rude people at the voting line
But
and
it
all this
sounds
stuff.
like us, though. It's a
But
typical episode.
just start off with rambling. But today is, well, yesterday started off All Saints Day. Today's All Souls Day, Dia de los Muertos. There's huge celebrations going on everywhere. And of course, I have my altar set up for my dad and everything. And ahí la tengo con un little Coors Light. And I posted a picture to our Instagram if anybody wants to check out my altar. And right now we are on Instagram Live. We have a couple viewers, people I know, primos in the house. So anyway, so I set up my altar and it reminded me of something that happened when I was on a road trip at the end of September. So my team and I from work decided to go on this road trip to the hill country in Texas. We went to Blanco and we rented this Airbnb. And with Airbnbs, you can normally like rent a room or you can rent a whole house or a whole apartment. And there's just all these options they give you.
Yeah.
So this lady, she basically has her set up as like a bed and breakfast. So she had basically the only space available for that weekend because we were going to be in Fredericksburg, which is right near Blanco. And they had like Oktoberfest going on and we didn't know that. But we were like, okay, this is the only place that's going to accommodate 5 people. So let's go ahead and book it. And we did. And it was the coolest thing because when you drove up, it was like on this ranch. When you drove up, it's like their little casita, but the casita, it looks like a medium-sized house on the outside. Once you go in, it's like these people design it really well. It's very big and spacious on the inside. It's really nice. But behind their house, they have a barn.
Okay.
And inside the barn, they made, it looks kind of like an apartment that you would have if your like mother-in-law moved in or something like that. You know what I mean?
So like a
It
little
has
home.
a full kitchen. Tiene todo. Tiene the kitchen. It's got 2 bedrooms. And then it has 2 bathrooms with showers, like full showers. It has a living room like that splits the house in the middle. And then it has a patio and you can sit outside like around a fire pit. It's beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. I really want to go back. But what was really cool about this place was that when you walk in, everything was Dia de los Muertos, like everything. This lady, even the colors of the walls was really beautiful, like all different cuts, so pretty, very creative. And this woman, she's like obsessed with like Mexican culture and stuff like that. Y es americana, and she's a former teacher. Or no, she is a current teacher actually. And her husband retired, so he built her that space so that she could get into this business. But anyway, everything in there was Day of the Dead. So of course, we loved it. We're taking pictures of stuff and everything. And we got so like friendly with this woman that she invited us back into her house for breakfast because it was a bed and breakfast. She's like, here's a menu, choose this, choose that, whatever.
Oh, wow.
So we go and we're having such a good time. We're having the best time ever. And, oh, no, let me back up because I missed the most important part. When I woke up that morning, I was roommates with Blanca, and Blanca was next to me, and, woke up that morning trying to get ready and stuff to leave. And I said, Blanca, I woke up around 3:00 in the morning. I said, and I saw something, but I think it was like a dream or just us being in this place. Oh my gosh, I feel like if it was, it's so real. Like I feel like it just happened. I looked out, like our doors were open from the bedroom, so you could look into the living room from both bedrooms.
Uh-huh.
And I looked over to the living room, and I swear I saw what looked like the Grim Reaper. I couldn't see his face, but I saw like a big figure with a cloak. And I really thought like maybe I was mid-dream or something. So I'm over there and I look in the corner and I kind of like close my eyes really tight and I open them up and I'm like, okay, it's not there. I've got to be dreaming. It's all this Dia de los Muertos stuff all over the place. Like that's what it is. You know what I mean? It's like your subconscious or whatever. So when I woke up, I told her, I said, hey, I saw this. And she was just like, are you kidding? Like she goes, me dio escalofrío. And then she's like, I woke up around that hour too. Like I just couldn't sleep. I just got scared. And I was like, that's weird. We didn't think anything of it. We're out in the middle of nowhere in this little barn house.
In a random place.
Beautiful. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. In a random place. So of course,
scary movie about to start here.
So, I was a little creeped out. I ain't going to lie. Whatever happened, we go to breakfast. Everything's great. We're having the best breakfast, most delicious breakfast. Seriously, guys, if you ever want to go to an Airbnb in Blanco, Texas,
where you see the Grim Reaper,
you need to find this. It's very, very cool place. But anyway, we got in so friendly with this couple that they ask us, do you want to see the house? Like we have a library. They have like a little area that's set up like everything is just so cool. And they're the kind of couple that travel and collect cool artifacts and like history books and all this. So when you go through their house, they have a lot of stuff. To me, it would look like clutter if I tried to do that in my house.
Like kitschy stuff? They don't.
Yeah, just very kitschy stuff and like travel, and they're kind of hippie-ish and kind of quirky, but they have it so neatly, nicely placed that it makes sense. It just works.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we're looking at all their stuff, and then she said they had this huge, it looked like a scroll, but it wasn't a scroll. It was like not a blueprint. No sé cómo se llama, pero el esposo era arquitecto, so it was kind of like a design, but it was on a long panoramic piece of paper, like a sketching paper. And the drawing looked like it was like charcoal pencil, right?
Yeah.
So she had it framed, and it was quite big, maybe like 4 feet long, okay? And she's like, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like Salem would look like in the 1800s or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it just looked old. The women had little bonnets and the little aprons with the dresses, like something from like the Salem witch trials or algo así. Black and white, all sketched. Very cool. Cobblestone, an English background. So I'm looking at it and I'm looking at all the details and I'm just in awe because this man sketched this. So I'm looking and then she says, look closer, like look in the middle. And I'm looking, and she was like, you never thought he would put it there. And I looked at her, and I was like, what? Blanca's right next to me, by the way, okay? She was like, and she pointed to it. She goes, look right in the middle of the crowd. And I'm looking, and it's the Grim Reaper.
Oh.
And it's a black cloak, but you can't see his face. Oh, my gosh. Blanca looked at me. Blanca ya está blanca. Because, she's pretty pale. Oh my gosh, that girl looked like she literally saw a ghost. And I was like, I looked at her and she looked at me and I'm like, did she really just say? I'm like, you heard that, right? I know you heard what she just said. Are you looking at there's a little Grim Reaper right in the middle of the and then she just walked away and kept looking around, like showing everybody else around the house because we had our whole team with us. And I was just shocked. I was shooketh. I really was like,
I've been like, we leaving, bye. Checking out early.
Here's the thing. After that, we were saying our goodbyes and stuff, and she said, before you leave and pack your stuff, she was like, there's a leather bound book on the one of the consoles. She was like, that book is for you to leave a note to someone who's passed away. And I just felt at that moment, I didn't feel fear or anything like that. I just felt like this, I don't know, like I just felt at peace, and I felt like I had to write something in that book. And I did. I wrote a note to my dad, and I left it there. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because we were in the area, like really close to where he's buried. And we were experiencing a lot of what he loved. And I took all my friends from my team out to see where he was buried. We went to his tombstone. I drove them around, and everything was breathtaking. It was so beautiful. And I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was. I don't know what kind of connection these people have that they just feel so connected to like that celebration and the culture and everything. But I didn't feel fear after that, if that makes sense.
I still would have been scared.
Well, when I tell people that story, they're just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. And Blanca was like, I can't, like, I don't think she could even process it.
No,
to be honest with you.
I would have been like, we leaving, we checking out, we never coming back to this
You're
place.
Like, bye.
Bye.
And you'd have been like burning tires trying to get out of there. Girl, yes. So I was just like, I was compelled to tell that story because I'm like, okay, it's the day. And I just need to tell it. I don't know. Maybe other people have had experiences like that. I don't know.
Who knows?
No sé. So, yeah, that's my spooky story, by the way.
That is spooky. I'm telling you.
That's my spooky story. Se pasó Halloween y ahora estamos entre Día de los Difuntos, which, by the way, it's still that time. But yeah, anyway, would you have been super scared, Lily?
I would have been like Blanca. I'd have been like,
I feel like she was shocked. I feel like she was like, that didn't just happen.
No.
You know what I mean?
Like, it's kind of like,
Yeah.
No.
So, but.
No, that is scary. That's scary to me.
But other than that, the place, it's te asusta.
Yeah.
I get it. That place is really neat, though. So if you guys ever want to stay out there, it's really cool. I really enjoyed it. It's just really beautiful. You're like, no, we're good.
Nah, fam, we're good.
Now I'm going to scare people from going. I feel like I'm going to scare people from going. So last weekend was the big day.
It was.
That's another reason that we haven't been able to record and do what we normally do on here. It took, let's see, from April to October, and we planned my niece's quinceañera, and it took place last Saturday.
It sure did.
And girl, as much fun as I had, I was so glad when it was over.
I bet. It was probably very stressful.
It was very stressful. Everything that we thought could not go wrong actually went wrong. But, I mean, we got through it. But, yeah, quinceañeras, I don't know. I think back to mine, and mine was extra. Like, I look at the way my nieces went, and I was like, it's modern. It is. It was modern and everything. Bien bonita. Hers was toned down, I feel, compared to some other ones, because it was kind of basic. You know, it's just simple.
It was
I see
simple.
other girls que rentan like dancers and all this, and she was like, I don't want all of that. I just want it to be very, laid back. But girl, my quinceañera, that thing was extra. My mom's the one that planned the whole thing by herself. And now I'm like, Mom, I'm so sorry. Like, I really apologize to her because I'm like, no sé cómo lo hiciste, señora. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. But we had a lot of family that helped and they pulled through. And shout out to my primo who is watching us on IG Live.
Hello.
Because he helped out so much. ¿Qué hubiera hecho sin ti, primo? No, seriously, dude. Like, people came together and it helps because it's a lot of work.
It was really beautiful, though. Despite everything that you said, it was really, really nice.
Yeah, that's what everybody, we got that feedback from a lot of people. They're like, you know what? For all the stuff that you said went wrong, we didn't notice any of it. And I'm like, thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Because sí, ya nos andaba with everything, girl. Los tuxedos le salieron mal a los huercos. Thank God they had a pair of black skinny jeans they wanted to wear. And just everything was just like domino effect. But I think on the outside to everybody else, no one else got to see that.
No.
So that's a good thing. But I was tired and I am so grateful that it is over. Y luego ahora habla mi mamá y dice, mija, vamos a comenzar a planear el aniversario de tu tía y tu tío. Y ahí ando yo, toda alcahueta. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. What are we going to do? And my husband was like, I thought you were tired, fool. I'm like, I'm not too tired to plan my aunt and uncle's 50th. That's pretty important.
That is.
But yeah. So what else you been up to, girl?
Now school, trying to survive. Let's see. Well, like I told you, we have a teenager in my home now. So
that's right.
So that's very big. So it's a big adjustment. Getting someone that you really don't know living in your home and just having to adjust to someone else, especially someone that's not Jackie.
Yeah.
So just
now, how did this happen? I remember you told me the story, but I can't remember the details.
Okay.
Of how...
Well, her parents and my parents are friends, and so she was born here, but her family went back to live in Mexico. So she was raised over there, and then school over there. If you want to keep on studying, you have to pay money to further your education. And so, well, they couldn't afford it, so they asked my parents for a favor if they could host her here for the time that she wanted to be studying and stuff like that. So that's how she came to be here. And
how old is she?
She's 15.
And what grade is she in?
She's a freshman.
Freshman?
Freshman in high school.
She's a freshman. So is she just going to a public school or is she going to a private school?
No, she's going to public school.
She is.
So.
And the reason I ask is because I have my aunt and uncle they live in Mexico City. Their daughter, she's 13 right now, but their daughter was born here también. Y quería venirse para acá. They want her to come over here to get her education because they just feel like she's going to do so much more if she goes to school here. And they're actually looking into it. I think they had like a meeting yesterday in Austin for it to go to like a private school or something. But I don't even know. Does the United States have like boarding schools? Yo ni sé eso.
They have to. I would think so.
They probably do, right? Because they were thinking some place that had like a dorm for her to stay in and meals y toda la cosa that would be a lot easier until they can move down here. Because they would have to sell everything to move down here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Well, that's interesting. You're right. Like adjusting to this little stranger coming into your household and you're just like, oh, snap. I can't act like myself.
So let's see that. And my brother got deployed. So that's...
Oh, my gosh. Where is he?
He's in Qatar. So I think
he's in Qatar. Oh, my God. How
other
long
side
is he
of the
going to
world.
be there for?
Till March, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, till March. But we don't know
That's a long time.
what day. It is a long time. And it's so weird. I was telling my mom, I was like, it's so weird because I'm so used to like sending random memes or like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so, well, he doesn't have a phone number that you can call him. Like if we want to message him, it has to be through like Messenger or anything like that. That's not a phone number. So it's kind of weird adjusting to that and then, not having him for the holidays and stuff like that. So that's going to be very weird.
Does he get to FaceTime?
Every once in a while.
They'll allow him to do it? That's crazy.
Because his shifts are like ridiculous. I think they're like 12-hour shifts right now or something like that.
And I'm sure the time's off compared to our time.
Yeah, because it's like morning over there and it's nighttime here. So I think there's like a 12-hour difference or something like that. So it's been an adjustment.
Qatar.
Yeah. But other than that, everything's good.
Yeah. Well, how was your Halloween? Did you do anything? ¿No hiciste nada?
No, I was exhausted from having the kids at school.
I know. Oh, my gosh. It's like, why can't y'all just make the day after Halloween and Halloween holidays that we get off?
Right? Especially if they fall during the school year.
For teachers, I really feel like that needs to happen for teachers. Is there a law we can pass for that?
Let's vote on that because...
I feel like we need like to recoup whenever
and then
that holiday
it was worse because in the middle of the week, It was indoor recess. So for those of you that don't know what indoor recess is when you can't go outside because of weather. You have
Yeah.
to, you give your kids time inside to like play and de-stress or whatever. So just
Uh-huh.
imagine that Halloween indoor recess because it's raining and they're just so excited that it was just a very interesting day. And I'm
I'm
pretty
sure
sure
it
it was
was.
a
And
full
then there's
moon just
just
to be add some extra craziness in there.
yeah, we have the book character parade on that day, so they get to come in their costumes and they're insane all day long. And I'm just like, why do I even try? Why do I even tell them to go to a level 0? They're not. They don't know what that is today.
No,
They do not know. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Well, we took Logan trick or treating around the neighborhood because it was kind of iffy because it thunderstormed all day. It poured
it
here, and
sure
I was like,
did.
really? It's been beautiful every single day for like a week already, and then bam, it's gonna pour right on Halloween. But it let up around 6:30
Yeah.
ish. So we took him trick or treating, and he this was the first year that he got to pick his own costume. And it was a sad time for me because my husband's like, you should have picked it for him because he doesn't know the difference. He's like, you still had this year to get away with picking it for him and putting him in a really cute costume. But now you messed up and he picked out his own costume. Like, I was excited. Initially, he said he wanted to be a ninja. So I'm like, okay. Then he changed to being a cowboy. And he was stuck on that for a while. So I was like, I was literally on Pinterest looking up how to make some felt chaps. Like, I wanted to go
You
homemade,
were going to be
super
that
cute,
mom.
from scratch, girl. I was like, Martha Stewart, move over because I'm about to get crafty up in here. And then this is the third year that he's gone to a Dallas Stars hockey game. Well, this is the first year where he was like 100% interactive in the game on his own. The last 2 times he had fun and stuff, but he was still little and didn't get the concept. This time he was like 100%, totally into the team, into the game, into everything. And he was like, I want to be a Dallas Stars hockey player. I want to be a Dallas Star. And he would like do all of these noises.
Mm-hmm.
Y nunca lo soltó. I was like, it's a phase. He's going to get over it. We're going to go back to cowboy mode.
No.
Nunca se le salió eso de la mente. He wanted to be a Dallas Star. And he stuck it out. And the day of, like, he had other little things that he had to go to, events like at his music class and stuff like that, where he could wear a costume. So we would just throw on his little dinosaur costume because I bought it last year, girl, and I want to get my money's worth. So anyway, I would throw it on. And he was fine. So I'm like, well, maybe he'll let me put like a cowboy costume on him. Yeah, right. I get home from work. He's like, Mama, let's go trick or treat. So I'm like, okay, let's go get ready. We go upstairs and he's like, am I going to be a hockey player? And Los Pucheros, girl, like he is about to cry. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get your stuff right now. And I'm thinking, he's really, all these kids are outside dressed up like Catboy and Luna Girl y quién sabe qué. And he not one time did he even second guess what he wanted to be. So I got a bike helmet that sort of looked like a hockey helmet. We put it on him backwards. He got his hockey stick, his hockey puck, and he had on his hockey jersey, and he had a blast. And I'm like, this kid, and he saw every favorite character that he's ever watched on TV walking right by him. And it didn't faze him at all. He was a Dallas Stars hockey player.
He knew what he wanted to be.
That's crazy to me. He ain't even 4 years old, woman. Like, how does he know? That is so insane. So, needless to say, he was a hockey player. But we had a blast, and he was exhausted by the time we were done. And we came home and just had pizza with the family. Vino el primo, mis tías were here, mi tío. We had a good time. And we were watching Halloween and stuff like that. Super cheesy, I know. Cliche, pero a mí me encanta esa película.
I'm surprised you didn't watch.
How did you feel about the new one?
You know, I liked it. I don't care what people say. I liked it.
You know what? I liked it because I'm low key like that. Like, I don't need all the extra.
No.
I don't need all the extra, like, cinematic effects or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need the extra gore. I don't need all of the craziness. I do look at like a good storyline though, and I feel like that was lacking with the Nun. Remember when we went to go see the Nun? That was lacking. I felt like the effects in that one were pretty good. It could have been better than it was.
But they didn't. They should have
Especially 'cause
consulted
it
with
came
us.
from. Yeah, they should have consulted with us. I could be an excellent horror movie consultant. I just wish people would take my tips. No,
Right?
pero I felt like that needed a better storyline. But with Halloween, I enjoyed it. But then again, like Elisa said, it's nostalgic. It's for those people who are like, you know, the ones that have been watching it forever. I mean, that movie came out literally the year before I was born. And I've been watching it ever since I was able to watch it when my parents didn't know I was watching it.
Just like every other scary movie out there that we watched.
Yeah, but I enjoyed it. I really did.
I'm
excited for so many movies coming up. Oh my gosh. There's so many. The Grinch, viene la del Grinch, like when he was a baby. Did you see that?
Yes, like I saw that. That looks really cute. And then I want to see, what is it? Like the Crimes of Grindelwald, the Fantastic Beasts ones. Yes.
Yes.
And then there was another one.
The Bohemian Rhapsody. Everybody says that it's like going to be amazing. The people who've already gone to previews for it or premieres or whatever have said that it makes you cry. That it's that it's just a really great movie. So I'm like jam packed with movies I want to watch. I'm so excited.
Right?
Can't even wait. Yeah. So, is there anything that you're loving lately, Lily?
Let's see. You know what I am loving? I am loving the Keurig coffee pods for the McDonald's brand, the breakfast one.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
And then they have this creamer that's hold on, let me think. Oh my God, why can I not think of it? Oh, it's like a caramel macchiato or something like that, and it tastes a caramel chocolate creamer, and together it tastes so good, you guys.
Yeah. Huh.
So good.
That sounds good.
That is what I'm loving. And of course, audiobooks. I am loving audiobooks all the time.
Of course.
So, yes. I think
good.
this
Now
is the
you
only
got me thinking of you got me thinking about the Keurig pods because I just wrote it down right now because of you. There's a Keurig Keurig pods, but it's cider. And I can't remember the name of it. It's something mountain, Cedar Mountain, or no sé cómo. And it's the green box given then in Target.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
It's like Cedar Mountain or I can't remember the exact
Mountain
name of it.
Something
like that. I don't remember, but it's the cider, the warm apple cider. It's so good. But if you're gonna drink it, not too little water, not too much water. So put it like somewhere in the medium setting, maybe like 8-10 ounces or something like that, 8 to 10 ounces, and you'll get the perfect cup of warm sweet cider.
Oh.
Yeah. But I have two other things that I've been loving, absolutely obsessed with. The Pacifica Coconut Probiotic Water Rehab Cream. So I don't know if a lot of you suffer from super duper dry skin in the winter. I do, especially when you switch from going summer weather. Like summer weather is really good to my skin. It's dewy, it's glowy, it's sweaty, it's sticky. So it's hydrated, right? But as soon as we start moving over into the cold, hot, ya vamos. We're like at 45 degrees, 80 degrees, 45 degrees, 80 degrees. Once we start hitting that weather around here, that's when I start to see a change in my skin to where it gets absolutely gross, like super patchy. Makeup clings onto the dry patches on my skin, and I just feel like I can't get enough hydration no matter how much I lather onto my face as far as moisturizers go. So I tried this one. It's that Pacifica Coconut Probiotic Water Rehab Cream, and it says boosts hydration, protects a youthful appearance. Coconut water and vegan probiotics prevent skin hangover. Party then, rehab now.
Ooh.
It's for all skin types, and it's 100% vegan and cruelty-free. You can get it at Target for about $12-ish, and it smells so good and clean, and it's like in this long squeezy tube, and a little goes a long way.
Really?
And it really makes my skin feel super just clean, like that squeaky clean feeling. Yeah. But with hydration behind it, it does that. Ooh. So I'm really, really enjoying that right now. And the other thing I'm enjoying, if you have not jumped on the bandwagon, I suggest that you do jump on the Ozark bandwagon on Netflix.
I need to finish it.
Oh my gosh, it is so good. And I am already done with season 2. Season 2 wrapped up. They posted it no sé, like 29th or something like that. And it took me a couple weeks to wrap it up, but it was so good, so worth it. So if you need a new show to binge on, I highly suggest that you watch Ozark on Netflix.
I'm going to have to keep watching it. One thing that I did forget that I've been loving, and I can't believe I forgot it, but I was reminded when you mentioned your Pacifica. Okay, well, I don't have the same problem you do because I have extremely oily skin. So wintertime is my jam.
Because it takes care of your skin.
Yes. But I've been trying it's been about maybe a little bit more than a month, that Tatcha's silk proof, what is it? Silk canvas proof primer.
The one that comes in the big round pot with the little spatula thing.
Yes. Okay.
I love that stuff. That stuff is good.
The price is up there, but it is so worth it, ladies.
It's worth it.
If you have oily skin, I recommend it because I've been loving it. And you know that it's doing its job when Ulysses, a guy, says, "Hey, your makeup looks really great today."
Right?
I'm like, besides the little feeling of being insulted because you're like, does it not look good?
Were you shook, girl? Does it not look good every day?
Right?
What you trying to say?
But he's like, I can really tell a difference between you using your old primer to using this one. So I was like, but I do love it. So if you are
Did he ask you what you changed?
Yes.
He's like, what did you change in your routine?
Well, he went with me. He didn't know what it was. I mean, like, of course, I'm going to tell him. He's going to be like, whatever. But he did. He noticed after a while. He's like, your makeup looks really great. And so, ladies, if you're looking for a primer, try it out.
That sounds awesome. I do have it. Nada más que yo soy media on the cheap side with that whole product because it is pricey.
Yeah.
So I use it on days when I need my makeup to stay flawless all day. If I'm going to work, I'm like, you know what? I'm living that teacher life. So if I look a little jacked up when I walk out at 3:30, I'm okay. But like on the quinceañera, I did use that Tatcha silk canvas, and it really does the job. You're right. It makes you look flawless. It makes you look like, man, you have porcelain skin. It's really nice. I like it. I enjoy it too. So, well, guys, that is the end of our episode. Yeah. I know it was a short, quick one, but we have many more episodes coming your way. I promise to get you my travel experience episode with Mexico City and Oaxaca someday. It's coming soon. I have had a few people actually request that. They actually like our travel videos. Oh. So we will get that episode to you soon. And until next time, I hope that you're enjoying your weekend.
Yes. Que viva la charla.
I'll talk to you soon.